Spider-Man's always
Did you say missing out band word being what?
dead. Dead would be good.
Right. Camera's on. We'll try out this microphone. So, all you need to do is substitute A, B and C into relevant positions and solve. Yeah? Does everyone know what the quadratic formula will solve for? Because what we're missing here is an equals and then something.
Equals y.
Y? No, it doesn't equal y.
X 0.
It equals x. So it finds you the x-intercepts.
Oh, that only has one solution.
Oh.
Solution. So you don't waste your time.
What's me? Quadratic formula finds x.
Alright? You sure you don't want to know where it comes from?
I do.
Just say.
I thought it was Latin or
No, I'm going to take you through the proof of completing the square on this.
Oh, no.
You don't want to know?
Yeah, do it. Do it.
No,
Do it.
Toby.
It's really easy. You just got to complete the square on this, and this pops out.
Toby.
Do it.
Don't,
Toby. Do
So-
it.
No. No.
It works like this. You have ax squared
Toby, what have you done?
bx plus c, right?
Can I ask how long it took you to learn that?
We're just going to complete the square. So half of b is b on 2. Square it is b squared on 4, right?
Huh? Oh, right,
This is literally what we've already done.
Yeah. There's been questions here that involve this.
We know, we don't.
Yeah? So this is going to factorise to become x plus b on 2 squared plus c minus, minus b squared on 4.
Not really.
Wait, if the a's on the outside, don't you have to times a by b over 2?
No, you don't times it.
Yeah, you do.
This had to be c over a.
Every times
We'll go back a few steps, alright?
I've just written that.
why are you
X
writing
squared plus b on ax plus c on a, yeah?
Mine.
A at the front.
Okay.
Is that better?
What's yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
Half of that is
here's the thing.
b on
I don't know.
2a.
Do both.
Uh-huh.
Square it is b squared on 4a squared.
That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah?
The thing is, I
A.
can't do it
This is going to become,
That's still cool.
I don't really remember how
That's
I did
different to what you just wrote.
yeah,
No, wait,
Um,
no, that's not.
C on A, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Minus b squared on 4a squared.
I think it's like that.
First one.
But then that doesn't have to
But I
become
don't know
for a
if
cube.
it's, that one's easier to forge.
No, that's a minus sign.
Is it though?
Oh, so you use before A.
Yeah, oh, this is really cool. So the Chevys.
If you
Mine's
times it. Whatever, you know what I
not
mean.
really cool. Do you have that?
I have a signature.
How's this going to combine?
Where'd you get the X from? Wait, is that B over what?
Plus
2A.
4ac minus b squared over 4a squared. Is that right?
You need to put square bracket back in there. There you go.
I see.
I don't know.
Right.
I've lost.
Common denominator here is just 4a squared. But to make this, we don't multiply it by 4a squared, we only have to multiply it by 4a. So that becomes 4ac. Because the a is already there. Right? So then if I remove the square brackets, it's going to look like this.
Yes, you can't actually do that.
Right? And then this is surprisingly going to become,
And you can't. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
is that right?
I don't know.
A times 1 over 4a squared.
Yes.
Just right?
I hate my name, it's so hard
Yeah.
to do
No,
N's.
just do like
Yeah.
do an A like that.
Maybe.
An A like
Yeah.
that.
There's a possibility.
I don't
Yeah,
N's.
I say no.
Why?
I don't know.
So it has to be
Well, what's,
It says no, just be different.
Emily Annika. And then just check an A
What's
at
that?
the end. And then
Four
draw a
A.
line.
Wait, that's just A1 over 4.
N's. Why does my parents
which simplifies to?
Yeah, 1 over 4.
evil? I tell you.
Evil. Good. And then go to N.
Who would put 2 N's in my name?
Oh, your parents. I
So
got 2
mad.
L's.
Steve, that would be hard to write.
I mean, 2 L's isn't quite as problematic.
We're going to 3 letters at one
I
time.
see your point, I just don't see how.
Yeah, I'd like 2 B's.
Wait, how did you get Ben?
Ben.
There
Ben
is
is
your.
lucky.
How did you get 4 at C?
That's an excellent question.
We have to multiply it by an A out in front of the square bracket. Oh yeah.
Have we done the discrimination?
Yeah, that's right.
No way. That's right.
No, it's you have to get some times 4
So that goes equal to 0.
Why did you run it out?
Oh, that looks a lot simpler.
It wouldn't be.
I didn't say it was simpler.
How easy would it be?
This is going to hopefully spit out
Oh,
that.
yeah, over A because it's already on.
I say hopefully because there's lots of variables that I'm not confident I've kept track of.
Oh, great. So you're just going to upload this whole thing onto YouTube and hope they understand that this is not what we're meant to be doing.
I'll cry. I'll cry.
Yeah, that's better.
No, yeah.
We're getting there.
That's
I was a bit worried there because
I just
I
want
was worried because I'd lost this perfect square at this step.
You goddamn
Yeah.
barnacle.
Because when I square root that, it's going to be 2 root A.
Yeah.
But it's going to come back when I multiply that across, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, divide that across.
Huh?
Because if I divide this side by A, that goes. But if I divide that side by A, it reappears as 4A squared.
Uh-huh. So if we're solving for the x intercept, why is there x in the equation?
We're going to get to x equals.
That's great. Let's keep going.
Next step is to take the square root of both sides. That gives you x plus b over 2a equals the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared.
How long
So-
does this take?
What is this?
It takes a while.
We're 2 steps away.
Come on, guys.
Here's the thing, I feel like this was just an attempt
Wait, what is this
to
a
flex.
So remember someone said no to doing this and someone said yes.
Yeah, lots of people say yes. I wanted to do it because I like doing it.
No.
Why do you like
Is it
doing
required?
this?
We
Alright,
know you
no, it's
like
not
doing
required.
it, but
We
we
just
said
gotta use
no. We
All
said
I'm showing
no.
is this comes from completing the square.
I know.
Right?
There's like 12 things.
You don't, at no point are you going to have to derive the quadratic formula. You're just going to, it's valuable to know where it comes from. Alright, what's the square root of 4a squared?
2a.
2a? Can't square root that, so we'll just leave it as b squared minus 4ac. And I'll minus this across to the other side, so minus b over 2a plus, now don't forget plus or minus, b squared minus,
So why is it plus or minus?
because when we square root anything we have to say plus or minus as 2 possible solutions.
Oh, that's right.
Right? This is where your 2 possible x-intercepts come from, plus or minus. Right? Notice they both have common denominators, so now we can rewrite them as minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
How interesting.
Super
Right,
interesting.
cool.
It comes from completing the square. Who liked completing the square in the first place?
So can you redo that? I
Yeah?
stopped
So this is
listening after the
effectively
first
just
part.
completing the square, but it works every time, and all you have to know is A, B, and C.
That's great.
No,
Yay, yay.
Everyone likes quadratic formula, don't they?
No.
I like
No, it's not as fun, you're right.
What is wrong?
I don't.
No problem solving involved. All you have to do is substitute and solve.
Yeah, but no one. Let's keep going.
Alright, shall we use a few examples? I'll raise this thing as no one's impressed by it. You
I'm
guys
impressed.
So can you redo that whole thing? I wasn't listening.
Oh,
Dude!
Oh yes.
I'll do it over there for you after I finish this, Kayla.
Just for you.
Just for you. You can have a seat over there and we'll go through. We'll spend a lot of time talking about every step, right?
That's just because you want to flex.
I like doing it.
Actually, yeah, let's do that because
Right. Use the quadratic formula to find those solutions, please.
no.
That one. What's A?
1.
What's B?
Negative.
Negative 1.
Why is it negative?
Coefficient only. That negative sign is attached to the coefficient. So it's negative 1 and C equals 1. So those are very friendly numbers to use. They're all 1s. So if they do any squaring, it's just the same answer. Go for it. Write it down. Plug it
So
in.
does it go x?
Don't type write it down. That's going back a few years.
So is the x squared equals a? The minus x.
No.
When was the
Look.
last time the typewriters were relevant?
Yeah, that's basically what I mean.
No, that's not what you said though. Don't tell me the next squared is equal to A.
I know that,
A
but I
sits
just
here.
meant like.
If there's no number there,
Yeah, but it just goes A, B, C in the order that
A,
it's
B, that's why I've
presented.
written A, B, C.
Yeah.
Yep. but don't assume it's in the order that's presented.
Oh, that's bullshit.
You must match
So
the
it's the
coefficient
squared?
of x squared is a. The
Okay.
coefficient of x is b, and the constant is c. Constant.
Yeah.
The coefficient of x to the power of 0 is c.
They decided.
Ben, pen in your hand. Practice. Go.
They decided they were on a flight. So they got there and they got sent back. Are we doing this on our calculator?
No, do it on your book.
Oh. Well, I don't have my calculator here, so that's irrelevant.
Why did you go oh then?
I don't know, I'm tired.
Let's go. A, B, C, write it down. Coefficients, all there.
Why did you have to negative
So I'm using the quadratic formula.
Yeah.
Go, do it. Type, write it down. Come on. Substitute the values in for A, B, and C into the quadratic formula and solve. Go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Wait.
A equals 1, B equals minus 1, and C equals 1.
Okay, B. Negative 1 times negative B equals 1. So it's positive 1.
Shit, let's go.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, that's the only thing I got. Yeah.
You're combining it. You've got to get rid of that as a common factor.
What do we do now?
Which one were you up to? So, those are your two solutions.
What up?
Well,
Minus
that's hidden
1
inside
squared.
there. What are your two solutions? The plus or minus the root over 2.
Oh, right.
So 1 over 2 plus.
So there's the x-intercepts, right?
Very good.
1 minus 4.
That's exactly right. What about it? What does that mean?
Are you supposed to have negatives under a square root? Okay.
You can't. You're right.
You can't have negatives under a square root.
Correct.
So,
There it is.
Are we
I think
doing
I've done this
imaginary
wrong.
numbers?
Right, so let's have a look. We got minus b. So minus 1 plus or minus
well,
the square root of minus 1 squared minus 4, 1, 1. Yes?
Yes.
All over 2 bracket 1.
Yes.
Alright, so minus 1 is 1,
Oh.
plus minus the square root of 1, take 4.
Over 2.
Over 2. So it's
And it's negative 3 and the discriminant is a
Yeah.
negative number, so therefore there are no solutions.
There's no x
Is
intercept.
this wrong?
yeah.
Maybe I wrote the example down wrong. That's all right, we can look at it. Alright, so at that point there, this is a valuable thing.
Is it?
Discriminant. We won't worry about what it's called now because that's the next step. But if that number is negative, what happens?
No x intercepts.
No x-intercept.
Effectively, it means no x-intercepts. But why?
I don't know.
You can't have negative. Because math states that there are no x intercepts.
This is
Pardon?
Because math states it.
No. What is the answer to that?
There's no x intercepts.
No.
You can't square root negative.
You can't square root a negative number. You're looking for, this says, you are looking for this number times this number and equal negative 3. They must both be the same number. They cannot be different.
Yeah.
So, let's imagine I had two positive numbers. Is that going to produce a negative answer? No. Two negative numbers? No, not going to work. So this says we can't actually do it, therefore the problem is unsolvable.
And because
Right?
top, it's plus 1.
Graphically, that means no x-intercepts. Mathematically, because we're not allowed to do it. Right? The operation is invalid. Like everyone's favourite operation of
That's what special steps.
dividing by 0.
It just,
Invalid.
doesn't it just mean the answer is 0?
No.
You can't divide nothing. You can't divide something by nothing.
Just the x.
We learnt this.
Just go.
Ah.
Right. Going back to the book. Hands up. I've made the same mistake I've seen lots of people make, so I don't expect to be any shouting at this. Hands up, people who have written down the problem incorrectly.
What do you mean written down incorrectly?
At all in your maths, have you ever copied the problem down incorrectly? Yep, I have as well.
Yeah, I always pick the wrong one.
Oh my god.
Now you have to redo the whole thing.
Yep,
That's interesting.
But this was a great learning.
and now there is a -1 there, and now there is a -1 there, which means that is now a plus, which means that is now not -3,
It's positive
it's
5.
positive 5 over 2, right? Easy mistake, good pick up.
Don't look so depressed.
Well,
You've done the same thing I did.
Just right, so.
Alright, so how do we read this? How do we write down our solutions?
Is it
Can I just rewrite that whole thing?
X equals 1 plus
Wait,
fi-
it's
1
the wrong
plus
answer.
root
There's
5
no x-intercept,
Okay,
just
yeah,
like that.
no.
divided by 2 or 1 minus root 5.
Plus.
Well, I choose not.
That is yeah. Alright, so
Wait.
once we reach this point here, I'll explain to you how to read the two solutions out of it. Alright? Aaron, you need to split them up with a plus or a minus. So you're going to have 1 plus root 5 over 2 or 1 minus root 5 over 2.
We have to change the denominator now as well.
What?
No.
Hold on,
No, you don't.
No, it was 2a. The only value that changed was c. That only appears once, doesn't it? Which is that one there. So denominator stays the same. Okay?
Yes.
Right? 1 plus root 5 over 2 or 1 minus root 5 over 2.
Isn't that meant to be root 5?
Is that a 5 or a 2?
That's 2. I'm on fire today.
and you've got
Oh,
the
I
whole thing on
love
video.
the
Yep.
Hopefully.
Right now.
Sound.
But we don't actually have to write that, do we?
The two solutions? No. So you could stop there.
Yeah.
Right? If you had to graph them, it's helpful to write them out like that.
How would you graph a square root?
Good question, Kayla.
I feel like I just made shit difficult.
No. But you're probably not going to like the answer.
Then can I
Because
repeat the question?
I've been banging on about how graphs have to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
Now is the point where we cannot be exact.
Oh, great. So everything that you've told me
Approximation.
about
So, root 5. What's root 5 roughly?
It's like 2 and a bit.
2 and a bit. Let's just call it 2.
1 plus
1 plus 2 over 2, 1 minus 2 over 2.
3 over 2.
We know it's just bigger than 2, isn't it?
So it's like 2.
So, if I was graphing it, I would say, now, okay? Another thing you can read from this is the axis of symmetry. It's this number here,
1 plus 2.
1, 2.
1 over 2.
A half.
You circled the
Half.
plus, so.
Right? I'll show you why that works.
Oh, great.
Oh, such negativity.
Why did you just rewrite it?
Because I'm going to do it underneath. Right?
One
This fraction can be rewritten as, and this one can be rewritten as, alright? So can you see there that the two x-intercepts are, starting point is a half, and then you go plus root 5 over 2, and minus root 5 over 2. You are going the same distance away from a half in either direction. So that means the axis of symmetry is that number there. So, to graph, you would find a half. Let's call 1 here. There's a half. Alright? Then you're going to go plus, just bigger than 2 over 2, which is plus another 1, but it's just bigger than 1. So I'm going to go to 1.5. And then minus is going to get you to just bigger than minus a half, that way. So it's going to be about there. Alright, and then you just label them as 1 plus, 1/2 plus root 5 over 2, or 1 minus, 1/2 minus root 5 over 2.
Would we have calculators for this sort of question?
No, not always.
Oh.
Wait, sorry, so what?
I'll start again for the graphing. Right, so on your graph, you're first of all going to locate the axis of symmetry, which is the first number. So we'll call this 1. So there's a half, roughly. Right, plus root 5 over 2. Root 5 is roughly 2. It's bigger than 2, but it's roughly. But 2 over 2 is 1, so a half plus 1, and there's 1. So we know it's going to be a little bit bigger. We can put it just a little bit past. It won't be too much past, but a little bit.